Welcome back to East Origin, my Yunica playthrough. Yeah! And welcome to Devil's Corridor. The first place that I ever got really stuck in this game, not knowing what to do. Mostly because of the Rotafruit I talked about earlier. That was earlier in this level, or area, whatever you want to call it. But, come over here to this Rue. If you didn't notice, we were losing health every second out there in the Devil's Corridor. But if we make it to this door, we find a Rue, and if we give it the Rotafruit, it'll do something different than what it did with Hugo. And with Hugo, it gave us a hammer. With Yunica, it gives us this song. Love the music here. I love the music of this entire game. The entire game's music is awesome. How do you know it? Random text stuff. I have no idea what you just said. So yeah. So now we come out here and we use the silver harmonica. And we can play the song. If you tried to play the silver harmonica before the Rue played the song for you, she'd say, "I don't remember how the song goes." That's why we had to do that to the Rue. Also, the first time you die here, the first time you get to like 0 health, you'll collapse and you'll get a small cutscene and you'll appear next to the save point that you did before. That I started at this episode. But, yeah. So now, we gotta kill all these guys up the thing. We gotta go all the way up the tower and kill all these flashing guys. Well, up this section of the tower. Devil's Corridor. They're really susceptible to the flame ability, so I just like sitting back and charging it up. Mostly because I don't like wasting MP if I don't have to, but one big part of Devil's Corridor, though, is that because of a certain story element for the third character, there are these pots all around. The third character, of course, being Toll. And I'll elaborate more on it with Toll, but all of those pots have max boost energy. And so, you break it, and my boost gauge is full again. So, we can continuously just take less damage and, kill things. Basically, that's the way this area was designed, simply so the third character didn't have to, because the third character is completely different than the other two. So yeah. So once we kill these three, we'll be able to open the door again. Oh, well, not again, but the door will be opened. So, here we go. And then there's something very important at the top of Devil's Corridor. There's the exit right there, but we're not going to go to the exit first. First, we're going to, kill these guys. I spent a lot of time killing guys in this episode when I didn't really need to, but, XP, SP, all that stuff. Towards the end of this episode, I'll just be running past some enemies because I didn't want to drag out the episode too long. And Guilty Fire, as I said before, Guilty Fire is basically the level where the areas start getting a lot longer because you get subsections to areas. But if we go all the way up here, we get Claria ore. Now I could go directly back to base and apply that, but I'm not going to at this point. I will apply it before the boss. So that's what you really need it for. Granted, it could help a little bit, but it's not that important. So yeah, not much else to say. But we will be getting to the boss chamber. Also, one of the reasons why I think Guilty Fire feels really long is because of the section that comes after this giant room, which we'll see in this video, but it won't be for a while. We just, like, this is somewhere around the 5-6 minute mark. I can't tell exactly in Premiere because I don't have it set up to show me exactly. But, yeah. We now have purple phoenixes instead of the orange ones. They're basically the same, except after a short period of time they will explode and try to, you know, explode next to you. Now we have the Spirit Cape. Not exactly that useful, but I equip it anyways. Oh. Sorry about that. I tried to turn away from the mic. It is pretty much allergy season for me. So, yeah. Oh, goodness. I'm really sorry about that, but, you know. Things happen this time of year. So, how do we get that chest? Well, not like that. There is an... Easily you could just go a little farther right than where I did, and then drop down to that platform with the Templar cross thing up there. But, I like doing it the hard way. And the glitchy way. Lols. I probably couldn't recreate that ever if I tried. But, yeah, that was fun. So, yeah, I don't know why I went back there. I think I was just checking to make sure there was nothing else secret hidden there. But there, why would there be when I just got the chest? And I'm out of MP now, so I'm just kind of like, oh shoot, what do I do? And I'm basically testing abilities to see what they're weak against. And these guys are obviously weak to the new ability that we've got, which is the flame ability, if I remember correctly. They're also kind of weak to the spin attack, but yeah. And it gets really annoying when they just stand on top of that. So yeah. Stupid bouncy panels. But yeah, see, they are really, really affected by the flame ability. And I waste it way too much. Because I just spam the button until they die. And by the time they die, I've hit the button about 3 more times. But yeah. Because you can use it so quickly, this ability really the flame ability comes in really in handy with the next boss. Like I said here, I'm just running past these guys. I will technically kill most of them at some point. Like, well, quite soon actually. In this video I will. most of these guys. I will still run past a lot of them. But I will do some killing still. Just because of levels and SP and all that stuff. Technically, if I wanted to, I could make this go by a lot faster if I just ran past them. But then I would be underleveled. And being underleveled is never good. So, we came to this chest, and then it locked itself. And these torches are going out. Now, we do not have to get it in the order. Oh. Sorry, once again. We do not have to get these torches in the order that they showed up. This is a really bad episode. Just yawning and sneezing and all this stuff. Don't know why I'm yawning, besides maybe I'm not breathing properly. But, yeah. Like I said, the flame ability does wonders against both these enemies, actually. But the axe is... I love the axe so much, because it's so much quicker. Whoop. So, yeah. The flame is not useful against the red slimes, though. But they're so squishy it doesn't really matter. And really, what the sword is best for is like large groups of enemies. But your axe can handle large groups of enemies as well. I mean, like, because the sword you have such wide swings. I understand, you know, it's good for large groups of enemies. You can hit a lot of them with one swing. But if you have, like, say your green ability with your axe, you can just spin to win around them. And it's so much better area control. And so the sword really doesn't have a purpose besides giving you the flame ability, I feel anyways. But it does encourage you to switch your weapons more, which is a lot better than what it was with Hugo. Because with Hugo, it's just set mines, run away, set mines, run away. As you saw, if you watched my Hugo playthrough, I barely used anything but the mines. Screw you, slime. Unless it was required for a puzzle, of course. Whereas here, the fire ability is actually quite good damage, and it has good utility because it gives you range. And once we have the ability to lessen our MP usage and increase the MP we have, then it'll be even better for us. And it's good AoE damage too, as long as, you know, they're like in a straight line or something. I'm really surprised the Phoenixes are damaged as much as they are by the flame ability. But, this isn't exactly, Pokemon levels of weaknesses. They're a bit weird. So... and now we've acquired a health upgrade. Yeah! We won't really need the harmonica after this point. I mean, and we'll need it for a story part, but we don't even use it. It's just used in the story in the middle of a cutscene. So yeah. I say so yeah a lot. we're gonna kill this guy. Like I said, it's just so useful to have the flame, ability, but the sword itself isn't that useful. And the big flying phoenixes that spawn the other phoenixes are best dealt with your hammer smash because it has a vertical element to it. Kill the chicken. And now I'm just going to be running past everyone, because I'm like, this episode's dragging way too long. Because I want to go checkpoint to checkpoint, and blah. I know I'm gonna have to fight some enemies to unlock the checkpoint. But yeah, so you just charge up your fire ability and hit it. And then it automatically takes you back to the chest, which is kind of nice. Unless you actually wanted to kill those guys. Then it's kind of annoying. So, acquired construct medallion. Onward to justice. Once again, these flamethrower guys are actually weak to the flame ability. But, yeah. They're not exactly easy to get close to. And guess what Yunica has to do? So I'm just basically running around them using the giant Phoenix Flame. As much as I can. I mean, technically, the flame ability is useful for stuff like that, or, you know, long-range killing. And technically, the sword itself has a farther attack reach than the axe does. So that's a good point about it, but you don't really need it that much. If you're fine enough to get close enough with the axe, then you're, like, close enough with the sword, you're fine enough to get close enough with the axe. But here I'm going to upgrade my boots, and I'm going to buy a very important upgrade for the next boss, which will be reduced damage from terrain. Because he's surrounded by lava, and if I fall in it, I don't want to lose too much health. But we will face him in the next episode. See you then.